Welcome everybody to day 5 of Be a Builder. We're halfway through. As you know, we are going step by step to build an app from start to finish. Join us every morning at 10 a.m. for a new video, share your progress on Twitter, and get a chance to win fun prizes. All right, so for day 4, we got hands-on in a DE org. We learned how to create an app and customize record pages, all to design a really great user experience. For day 5, we're going to learn about ensuring our app maintains accurate data, because really our app is only as good as the data in it. It's so important that we get this right because we really want our app to be that trusted source of truth for our users. That's how we'll ensure great user adoption and executive support. So I'm super excited to hear from Leanne about how we can do this. Let's go talk to her.
Thanks, Rebecca. So we have our new project object with our new page layout that we've changed, and we're giving some coaching for our users, like asking them to please use the project description field as they move this project along, because it's important we have that information. But when we look at this record, we see that our users have been using the description field to add the account ID and to add project health. So we want to increase the data quality of this org by giving them some of that information automatically and also creating places to put that information where we can report on it. So the first thing we're doing is adding a formula field. We're going to add a formula field for the account number because we want to make this information available to our users right on the project page without any additional work. So on the formula field, when we go to insert field, we can bring in that account number because the account is related to the project. We always want to check our syntax on formula fields. Now we click next and we add it to the page layout and profiles. Now, when we've added this field, that means that our users will no longer have to type or enter their own account ID. It'll automatically exist. We also want to create a space for them to give us that project health. That's something that we want to report on. We want to make available throughout our app. And so we're going to do that by creating a field called project health. And this pick list field is going to have the values of red, yellow, and green. This means that our users don't have to manually enter that in the description field, and it also means we'll be able to report on this and track this information as we're looking at the health of our projects overall. So I'm going to go ahead and save this field as well. Now I've made some information more available to our users, and we've also created a space for them to add project health. But we want to ensure that they're still adding in that data that we need with that description. And we are creating a validation rule here that says every time you move a project to in progress, it has to require a description. So I'm using the functions on the right, and I can copy those in and then put in what I would like the values to be. So with a validation rule, we want the validation rule to only happen when these things are both true. So we're using the AND function to say when the description is blank and when the pick list value of stage is in progress, we want our users to get this validation rule notification, which is going to prevent them from saving the record. And this is to enforce that data quality as they're moving records along the project process. So we've said whenever the pick val is in progress, we want them to get the error message that says, please add a description if you're going to begin this project. I can look at my validation rule, see that it's active, and I can see any validation rules I have for an object right here on the object detail. Now, when I go back to my project, I can see that account number is automatically created there for us because it's looking at that account for grand. I can update the health to be on track. And because that information is now living in fields, I can take it out of the description. But when my users try to move this to in progress, they won't be able to until there's a description. So this is going to help them put the right information here and then ensure that we have access to that information when we're reporting on these records and looking at our projects. We can see that on action if we look at our recent list views and we have access to that account number in the list view. The health, we can sort by health, and we can even use it in things like our list view charts to understand how all of our projects look because we've removed it from that description field. And that's how you can use fields and validation rules to drive quality data management at your organization. Back to you, Rebecca.
Wow, that was some powerful stuff Leanne just showed us. All right, so to summarize, we know that our app is only as good as the data in it. So we want to find ways to prevent bad data and user error. We can do that by reducing manual data entry using formulas and encouraging correct data entry using validation rules. Now, my users at Astronomica don't need to manually add important details about the account to the project description because Leanne's formula field will give them that information automatically. And we are enforcing adherence to our project process with the validation rule Leanne created. So now it's your turn. Add a validation rule to your app to ensure your users are inputting data correctly. And make it fun. You can customize the error message to include emojis and encouraging language so that your users will be happy to fix those errors. And go deeper on this topic by completing the Formulas and Validations module on Trailhead. In fact, definitely don't skip this one because it is a prerequisite for the App Customization Specialist Super Badge, which I know we're all working towards. All right, with that, join us tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time to learn how to define permissions for your app to make it super secure. See you then.